Hello, my name is Orion from TCG FlightSchool. We want to invite you to follow along as myself and my trading partner Jordan learn and apply technical analysis on our journey towards profitability. If you'd like to join in on the discussion and learn technical analysis with us, check out our Facebook group, TCG FlightSchool, for more information and content. We hope you enjoy our daily trade recaps and technical analysis videos. Thanks for tuning in. Now let's get on with the technicals.
Hey guys, what's going on? All right, so pretty much at the end of the week, it's Thursday here. Also at the end of the month, been trading crypto quite a bit through August. I've had some pretty good gains, about 30%, I believe, so far on my account. So it's pretty good. Having a lot of fun with it too. Did have a bad mess up last week. Let me just zoom out. It was in and around here, actually. It was after this move here. I got caught up in this, thinking we'd break. We didn't. We pulled back really quickly. This is the 1 hour candle on Bitcoin Cash. And something just came over me and I didn't sell, and I ended up selling, pretty far down here for taking a pretty big loss. I think I was in it looking for the break of 640. I didn't sell up here at 660. I thought we were going to move. The candle didn't close, and then it pulled right back and dumped. So, it was a pretty hard little hit. I think I sold in this candle here. So yeah, whatever, it is what it is. Anyways, plotted this bounce here, missed some of this move at work, and then I caught this move in here last night. Pretty cool, actually. Plotted it. Ended up seeing this kind of bounce here off of also this 555 support. So I ended up drawing a line on this and kind of watched this into the evening. And then we came up here, we got rejected off this trend line around this 587 and then pulled back. I got in around 585. I wish I'd had an order set a little bit lower, but I just didn't stay patient enough. I ended up chasing it a little bit, and then I got in around 585, bounced here, and we pulled right up and got over this trend line, made a little doji on the 1 hour, and then we launched here over. And I actually held this overnight because it was looking strong. So I held it overnight, woke up, and then I was hoping for a move. I'd had an order set for 615. I wanted to get in kind of around this candle, the top of this wick here. And it ended up coming in here, putting in a top around 608. And then it pulled back, and I sold. I held on a little bit longer again. I sold around 595 today. It started, as soon as it kind of broke this pattern and started going sideways, I got out on this candle here. I got out on this wick 595. So now we came down here. I just put this line here at this little topper here. It was a resistance. It now looks like it's acting as a support, and it looks like we're getting a little bit range bound, but this is live right now, and we're coming up here into 599. So I might try and make a trade here. I wanted to buy in anticipation, but you know what? I'm just going to wait because I kind of got caught up in all this jargon, and the trade actually ended up taking a lot longer than I wanted to. So I'm going to wait and see if it breaks out of these two resistance levels, because I don't want to buy on the 600 break and then get caught up here and reject it again off of 608, and bounce around here sideways, range bound, before it finally moves to the upside. But I definitely do think it is going to move to the upside. The 1 hour is RSI is looking nice, pointed up. We did see a nice, where's the 4 hour MACD? We saw a 4 hour MACD bull cross here. This is one of the indicators that I got in on this stock or cryptocurrency around this area. So we are getting a little bit away from the signal line here. So I don't know. I'll probably watch it for a bit, but I do feel that we're going to make a move and run up into 650, 640 area. We need to kind of get over, this high of 615.9 and then also 659 to really see a reversal in this. I mean, this stock has had a crazy little history since its inception in August 2nd of this month. Earlier this month, we popped up. We saw a high in the 800s. We pulled down to a low of 237. We traded sideways for like 4 or 5 days. They lowered the difficulty, I believe. The hash rate went up. The miners went into it. And this thing just launched right up to a high of 940 and then pulled back to a low 537. So crazy volatile cryptocurrency all over the place. Very similar to, ETH, Ethereum, when it first had its big run and launch. I'll just zoom out here. And we saw these kind of big moves, this crash, flash crash, these big dumps, big recoveries. And now Ethereum looks like it's going to come up here and print some all-time highs. in and around 420, I believe. Looks like around 420. So I'm not going to trade this up until then. I mean, it's only $25 upside. It'd be great, but it's going to get caught up in some of these kind of resistance levels and hesitation. But as soon as it breaks to the all-time high, I will jump in on the break of that, just because for the fact that trading the all-time high, RSI, all of this stuff goes out the window. Just follow your levels, buy your RSI dips and pullbacks, and sell and take some profit. Really, it's all about just taking pieces of profit off the table right now, taking some pieces of the pie. So also I'm going to flip back to BCH just so we can keep an eye on it. Maybe we see an opportunity to make a trade and get a live trade going, which I would love to do, because we had a great one a couple of weeks ago. See, we just got rejected off the 600 here, 602. So it is trying, but it is getting rejected. So I wouldn't be surprised maybe if we saw it pull back here again and test this support level. But I'm just going to wait and see what happens, see how long it trades sideways for, see how long it consolidates and builds some steam and some, kind of winds up for that next move to the upside. The lower levels to watch if you are in this is kind of that 585. If we break that low, we'll be coming down in this kind of lower quadrant here. And, I'm just going to go back here, and these are a lot of lines that I've had drawn for a while. And you can see that, we bounce around, we get into kind of different quadrants, we pop up, we get rejected off resistance, we fall down over some support lines or down under some support lines. We get into like all of these different quadrants. So I like to draw a trend line, and then I also like to draw my kind of horizontal resistance and support levels to kind of follow along and see where it is, because I find when we do turn around and we come to the upside, those are the areas that we're going to get hung up on for any kind of big explosive moves. So, just some stuff to watch and some stuff that I look at. Precision drilling, my swing trade, I really kind of wish I did take a little bit of a position here at the $3. Yesterday we seen a nice little bounce at the end of the month here, a little bounce attempt, but still convinced that it will sink into September. We are seeing some declining bearish volume. RSI is still nice and low, and MACD's nicely crossed here, heading to the downside. So, how much longer is it going to sink for? It all really depends on oil. Like I mentioned before in my first video on PD, these are all March earnings. I see all positive March earnings for the most part, all the way through for the last, almost 20 years. I've tracked pretty much all positive March earnings. Oh, May earnings. I don't know why there's May earnings. There's March positive earnings. February positive earnings, so kind of right after Christmas, first couple months, and that's because the drilling season, is the busiest through the Christmas season. So obviously, any drilling contractor is going to show positive earnings in that kind of first quarter. I guess it's first quarter earnings, is it? Yeah, first quarter. So, or no, sorry, that'll be fourth quarter earnings. I'm not a fundamental guy, but trying to learn a little bit more. So forgive me for being wrong on that. But what I do see are some little bullish climbs into those positive earnings, providing they are positive, of course. So I'm going to keep watching precision, see if it tanks a little more. And, I got an order set in the 290 area to take my next tranche of shares. I'm only trying to build 1,000 share position. I'm not, sinking a ton into this, but I am confident that I will see 50 to 100% upside by the spring, and I'll be happy if it works out and plays out for me like that. And I plotted a nice kind of 6 month, 6 to 8 month swing trade. So got to start looking for these more stable, TSX traded kind of real company stocks. The venture's been great. Marijuana Stock Exchange stuff has been great. But, it's all speculation. And, after it'll take upwards of 5 years before those companies start, showing consistent revenue and consistent growth and consistent returns. So they're great to play right now through the hype and all of that. But, I really do want to start learning this type of play, because eventually those stocks will turn into these types of plays too, because, marijuana will become a resource at some point for sure. Hemp will become more of a resource once marijuana becomes legalized in Canada, and hopefully we can see some more legal money generated out of those through the stock market and through revenues, and those companies starting to pay more taxes and giving back to their communities, and eventually maybe we can get away from oil as a such a dependent commodity as well. Maybe, who knows, maybe marijuana will be a commodity at one time. But I'm just rambling on a little bit, talking about some thoughts that I've been thinking about the last couple of days. So I wish all the best to everyone that's in Texas, of course, through the hurricane. I'm sure there's some tough times down there. And I got a guy I work with actually from Dallas Fort Worth, so just kind of send him my best and wish his family well. Luckily, none of them are in Houston, but still he might have some friends or family or colleagues. So that's what I'm watching tonight. Probably won't make a video tomorrow, maybe a screenshot. So hope you guys have a good weekend. It's a long weekend, Labor Day weekend here in Canada. And if you have any comments, please feel free, comment below, like, subscribe to the channel. Trying to get some momentum rolling here again in the social media, so feel free to share that link, and participate in the trade, even if you're not trading. Do a paper trade and follow along and see if I'm out to lunch or see if I know what I'm actually talking about here. So, all right, guys, have a good night, and we'll chat probably after the weekend.